Before the world knew his name, before the unbeaten record, there was a shy kid from Newbridge, Wales. A boy who found his voice not in words, but in punches. Joe Calzaghe, the son of an Italian dreamer and a Welsh mother, grew up in a home where passion was the family language. His father, Enzo, wasn't a traditional trainer. He was an artist, a man who believed rhythm mattered as much as power, that timing could break a fighter long before force ever did. Together, father and son built a style that didn't exist yet. Fast hands, angles, volume, and a stubborn refusal to lose. Joe's rise wasn't glamorous. Small halls, low pay, injuries that would have broken lesser fighters. But every setback sharpened him. Every doubt fueled him. And Enzo was always there, pushing, shaping, demanding greatness. Before the world titles, Joe built his foundation in the amateurs. He won multiple Welsh championships, boxed for Britain, and developed the fast-handed rhythm that would define him. He wasn't the biggest puncher, but he was the busiest, overwhelming opponents with speed, timing, and pure will. Those early years taught him discipline, long drives to tiny tournaments, fighting in cold halls with barely a crowd, but every bout sharpened his instincts. Every win built confidence. By the time he turned professional, Joe wasn't just talented. He was battle-tested, hardened, and ready for the world stage. October 11th, 1997. Chris Eubank, iron chin, granite pride, a man who'd never been stopped. Joe dropped him in the opening seconds. But Eubank didn't fold. He came forward, round after round, testing Joe's heart, his lungs, his soul. 12 rounds later, Joe wasn't just a champion. He was a fighter the world had to respect.
Super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
Jeff Lacy arrived as the American monster. Jeff Lacy wasn't just a challenger. He was the American wrecking ball. Undefeated, explosive, a knockout machine people compared to a young Tyson. The US media called him a super middleweight destroyer. Most believed Calzaghe was too old, too fragile, too untested. The hype was deafening, and Joe heard every word. Undefeated, built like a tank, a puncher everyone said would walk through Calzaghe. Instead, Joe gave him a masterclass. Speed, angles, combinations in bunches, a blur of red gloves. Lacy didn't just lose, he was dismantled. That night, Joe announced himself as one of the best of his era.
Calzaghe is boxing his way to a magnificent points victory. Quite outstanding. How on earth is Lacy staying up there? How is he staying up? Corner, get him out of there. Well, that's it. It's all over. Lacy comes forward, embraces Calzaghe.
Please subscribe to this, our new YouTube channel. All boxing fans are welcome. 2 undefeated champions, 2 belts, 2 styles. The Kessler fight was different. This wasn't hype or a paper threat. This was a real champion. Mikkel Kessler came in undefeated, powerful, technically perfect. Many believed he was the one man who could finally break Calzaghe's rhythm. 2 elite fighters, 2 belts, 2 primes colliding under the bright lights. It was tense, tactical, a chess match at world-class speed. But Joe adapted. When the final bell rang, there was no doubt. Joe had outthought, outfought, and outlasted an elite undefeated champion. That night, he didn't just win belts, he proved he was the true king of 168, the man who could solve any style put in front of him.
Unanimous decision, the fighting pride of Newbridge, Wales. Now the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Joe Calzaghe.
Bernard Hopkins was a different kind of danger. Not a puncher, a thinker. A master of slowing fights down, stealing moments, bending the rules, and breaking rhythm. Fighting him in America was a risk. Hopkins dropped Joe early, sending a shock through the arena. But Joe didn't panic. He adjusted. Hopkins tried to smother the action, clinch, frustrate, and drag the pace into his world. Joe refused. He pushed the tempo, threw in bunches, forced exchanges Hopkins didn't want. Every round became a battle of wills, Hopkins' craft versus Calzaghe's relentless rhythm. Joe's work rate drowned Hopkins' traps. The legend who controlled everyone else couldn't control him. Roy Jones Jr., the icon, the untouchable, the man who made boxing look like magic. Joe walked him down. Volume, pressure, rhythm, the Calzaghe signature. He even showboated back, proving he belonged on that stage. 12 rounds later, Joe closed his career with a win over a legend. He retired undefeated, 46 fights, 46 wins. A legacy built not on brute force, but on family, loyalty, and a father's belief in his son. Joe Calzaghe didn't just stay unbeaten, he stayed unbroken.
To the winner by unanimous decision, the fighting pride of Newbridge, Wales.